Let's talk about what I mean when I say AI CEO, and just as importantly, what I don't mean. Most conversations about AI in leadership start with productivity. Co-pilots, assistants, tools that help executives move faster, write better, or analyze more data. That framing made sense at the beginning. It no longer does, because co-pilots don't explain what's actually happening inside modern organizations. What we are seeing now is a structural shift from AI that supports decisions to AI that participates in decisions, and increasingly to AI that executes decisions autonomously. That progression matters. Co-pilots assist, agents act, and once systems begin acting, leadership itself is redefined. This is why I often say that AI co-CEO is already an outdated term. It implies partnership. It implies symmetry. It implies deliberation. But what's emerging inside organizations is not a peer sitting beside the CEO. It's a layer of intelligence operating under leadership, around leadership, and in some cases, ahead of leadership. These systems observe markets continuously. They test options at scale. They learn from outcomes in real time. And they optimize toward goals that humans define, but can no longer manually supervise moment to moment. That is not assistance. That is delegation at machine speed. And delegation without a new leadership model is where organizations get into trouble. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most companies experimenting with AI today believe they are being proactive. In reality, many are accumulating invisible risk. They deploy tools without redefining authority. They automate workflows without clarifying accountability. They accelerate decisions without redesigning governance. So while AI usage goes up, organizational clarity goes down. This is why I draw a sharp distinction between AI adoption and intelligent organizations. Adoption is tactical. Intelligence is structural. An intelligent organization is not one that uses a lot of AI. It is one that is deliberately designed for speed, learning, and machine-augmented decision-making. In these organizations, humans do not disappear, but their role changes. Humans move up the abstraction stack. They define intent. They set boundaries. They decide what should never be automated. And they intervene when systems drift. Meanwhile, machines handle sensing, pattern recognition, optimization, and execution at scales no leadership team could manage alone. This is the leadership shift most executives haven't fully internalized yet. They assume the future will look like the present, just faster. But speed without structure doesn't produce advantage. It produces fragility. And fragility shows up first at the top. We're already seeing early signals. Boards asking different questions. CEOs feeling compressed between real-time systems and legacy org charts. Leadership teams struggling to explain decisions that were technically recommended, but practically unavoidable. This is not a failure of people. It's a mismatch between how organizations are built and how decisions now flow. The AI CEO thesis is ultimately about alignment. Aligning leadership with machine speed environments. Aligning governance with autonomous systems. Aligning human judgment with algorithmic execution. And doing so deliberately, not accidentally. So in the next episode, I want to shift from theory to structure. I'll walk through what intelligent organizations actually look like in practice. How humans, agents, and control layers interact, and why the org chart as we know it is already obsolete. Because once you understand that structure, the question is no longer, should we use AI? It becomes, are we organized to lead with it?